press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, in the previous class we have discussed about the animal tissues. Okay, the major types of animal tissues are epithelial, muscular, connective and nervous tissue. Okay, we have learnt about the epithelial and muscular tissues. In today's class, let us see the other two major types, that is connective tissue and nervous tissue. So let's study about these connective tissues. Okay, so remember, these are the connective tissues. These tissues connect, either it connects the bone to bone or the muscle to bones, or even it can bind the tissues. Okay, so the major function of these connective tissues is it connects the bone to bone or muscle to bone, okay, and it binds this tissue. Okay, clear? So, and it also forms this support to various body organs. Okay, clear? This even forms supports to various body organs, creating a packing around it. Okay, so what this connective tissue does is, it connects or binds or supports or forms a packing around this organ. Since it forms the packing around the organ, it protects or supports this organ. For example, if this is this organ, any organ, maybe stomach or something, so this is the connective tissue present around this organ. Okay, it packs this organ, which prevents the movement of this organ. For example, I said if this is the stomach, it's not like today the stomach is at one place and tomorrow it moves somewhere else, isn't it? It's not like that. Organs are placed at a particular or specific region. This is because of this connective tissue. It forms a medium around these organs. Okay, this helps in the placement of particular organs. It forms the medium or the matrix. So the matrix or the medium present around this organ. So based on this is the matrix or medium, you can say, and based on this matrix there are types. Okay, this matrix may be jelly like or fluid, or it can be too loose or too dense, okay, or it can be too rigid. So based on the type of this matrix which surrounds the organ, there are different types of connective tissues. Okay, there are areolar or loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, adipose, fluid and adipose skeletal tissue. Yes, so these are the types of connective tissue. So let us learn about this connective tissue one by one. So what is the major function? It binds, packs and supports. Okay, this packs the organ and supports this organ. Okay, from it prevents this or displacement of this organ. So this is the major function of connective tissue. So let us see what are the types of connective tissue based on this medium or matrix. So let us first study about this loose connective tissue or areolar tissue. Okay, first one, loose connective tissue or areolar connective tissue. So as the name says, it is loosely arranged. Okay, the matrix or the medium which surrounds this organ is loosely arranged. Okay, it's not so dense. This is present between this skin and muscles. Where is this present? This is present between the skin and muscles, also around blood vessels, and nerves, also in bone marrow. So these are the places where you can see this loose or irregular connective tissue. This is present either between the skin and muscles, around the blood vessels and nerves, and also in the bone marrow. So this is where it occurs, and the major function is, it fills the space. This fills space inside the organ. Even in the organ, their medium or the matrix, that is nothing but this loose connective tissue, which helps in its function. As it is present or fills the space inside this organ, it supports the organs in which this tissue is present. And this also helps in the repair of tissues. Clear? So these are the functions of loose connective tissue. This is found in blood vessels, nerves and everything. And the basic functions of this irregular tissue are, it fills space inside these organs. Since it is present in the organs, it supports the organ. And if the tissues are damaged, if the damage or there's damage to the tissues, this helps in its repair. So this is about the loose connective tissue. And the next type is dense connective tissue. So dense, dense, as the name says, these are tightly packed cells. These cells are tightly packed. And these are fibrous in nature. Those cells are loosely arranged. These are tightly packed with fibers and cells. The nature of these cells is they are fibrous in nature. And there are basically two types of dense connective tissue. Tendons and ligaments. So remember these two terms. These are the tissues, tendons and ligaments. These are the two tissues which consists of dense connective tissue. So what are these tendons and what are these ligaments? Let's see them one by one. Tendons, and these are ligaments. These tendons are, these connects. So the basic functions of all these connective tissue is connection, either between bone to bone or muscles, or connecting the other different types of tissues. So basically the main function of this is connection. It connects or anchors, and it supports the organ wherever it is present. This is an overview of this connective tissue. So what is this tendons? These are white fibrous tissues. These are white fibrous tissues. These tendons are white fibrous. Both these tissues are fibrous in nature. This is white white fibrous tissue. This connects from bone to bone. Muscles to bone. So what does it connect? It connects muscles to bone. It has great strength. It has great strength but limited flexibility. Remember these 3 points. This is white fibrous tissue. and the major point you have to remember is these tendons. Okay, tendons connect muscles to bone. Okay, and these ligaments connects bone to bone. Okay, these ligaments connects bone to bone, whereas this tendons connects muscle to bone. These have highly elasticity or high flexible. Okay, whereas these tendons are have limited flexibility. Okay, they do not move much. The flexibility or the movement of these tendons is limited. Okay, hence this connects muscle to bone. Okay, and these here the ligaments connects bone to bone. These are highly flexible. Okay, flexibility is more, and these are elastic in nature. Even both these tendons and ligaments have great strength. Okay, remember these terms. In dense connective tissue, the cells are tightly packed, hence the name dense. Okay, these are fibrous in nature, and majorly there are two, tendons and ligaments. These forms dense connective tissue. So what is the function of these tendons? This connects muscle to bone. Okay, muscles don't just get discharged from the bone or while the normal body functioning, isn't it? It is because this is less flexible. Okay, this connects bone to bone. Okay, it connects, it is present, between the connections. Okay, if this is the one part, and near the corner of our hand, or at the knee point, there is a highly flexible in nature. So hence we can move our hand. Okay, for example, here is the ligament present, due to which movement is easy because these are highly flexible. Okay, but you cannot just move your muscles away from the bone, because the tendons are not that flexible in nature. Okay, both these have high strength. Okay, high strength, and these have limited flexibility, whereas these ligaments are flexible and elastic in nature. Okay, this connects bone to bone, whereas tendons connects muscle to bone. So this is about the loose and dense connective tissue. Okay, loose or areolar. Okay, air bubbles are present, or you can just say loose connective tissue, and that is about the dense connective tissue, majorly because of tendons and ligaments. So now let us see about this adipose tissue. So we have been discussing about this connective tissues. Okay, so let us now discuss about adipose tissue. So adipose tissue, these are the fat storing tissue. Remember, these adipose, nothing but this is the place, or this is the tissue where the fat gets stored. Hence it is called fat storing tissue. Okay, clear? So this is present below the skin. Okay, present or found below skin and between internal organs. Okay, these adipose tissues are present exactly below the skin, where our fat gets stored. Clear? So these adipose tissues are made up of fat cells. What are these fat cells called? Adipocytes. Adipo means fat and cyte means cell. Hence the name adipose tissue. Okay, this is fat cells. Okay, these adipocytes are nothing but fat cells, where from which adipose tissue is made up of. Okay, and these fat cells are filled with fat globules. Okay, clear. This is about the adipose tissue. Simple, isn't it? These are made up nothing but fat storing tissue where the fat gets stored. These are present below the skin and between the internal organs. Okay, and these are made up of fat cells. What are these fat cells called? Fat cells are nothing but adipocytes, hence the name adipose tissue. Okay, so whatever the cell is, it is completely filled of fat globules. Okay, and the major function of this is storage of fat, storage of fats, and also it acts as an insulator. Okay, these fat cells acts as an insulator, that is shock absorbent. Okay, so this is about the adipose tissue. Clear? So now let's see about the skeletal tissue. The fourth type of connective tissue is skeletal tissue. And majorly this bone and cartilage comprises of skeletal tissue. These are the types of connective tissue. Okay, the fourth type is skeletal tissue. So this bone and cartilage. Okay, bone and cartilage comprises of skeletal tissue. Okay, clear? So okay, so what is the function of bones? Basically it supports the body, isn't it? It is the supporting tissue. Okay, if there was no bone in your legs or in the hand, it would have been like flexible, too much bend nature. Okay, it is because of the bone present in our hand or limbs, the body organs are stiff. Okay, there is a defined posture of all our body organs. Okay, it is due to the presence of bones. Okay, so this forms a supporting tissue. Okay, it prevents the bending of these organs. Okay, clear? The major function is of this skeletal tissue is supporting tissue. Okay, now let us study them one by one. Okay, first let us study very important tissue, that is bone. Okay, bone is nothing but a tissue. Okay, in which the matrix. Okay, the matrix, what I told earlier about this connective tissue or the medium, is rigid. Okay, so it supports the organs. Clear? This bone, okay, the matrix present around this bone is rigid and this supports the organs or the area wherever the bones are present. Yes, as I said, these are very strong and non-flexible. Okay, these bones are not at all flexible, they are very strong and very rigid. Okay, it is because of this reason that our bones are not bendy. Okay, and hence it provides a particular shape to our body organs. Okay, these are very strong and non-flexible in nature. And the matrix of this consists of, what are bones made up of? Calcium and phosphorus compounds, isn't it? Our bones contains calcium and phosphorus. That is, the matrix present in this bone contains calcium and phosphorus compounds. Okay, so yeah, bone supports these organs. It is very strong and not at all flexible. So this is about bone. So let us see about the cartilage. Remember, when the bone are non-flexible, these cartilage are quite flexible. Okay, so what are these cartilage? These are elastic and flexible in nature. Okay, these are present in your ear, okay, trachea, larynx and nose tip. These are flexible, okay, you can move this cartilage, okay. These are present in the ear, trachea, larynx and nose tip. Here, see, ear is bendy, you can bend however you want to, but you cannot just bend your arm, isn't it? It is because of the bones are not flexible, and this cartilage present in the ear or nose tip, these are flexible and we can bend if want to, okay. They are bendy in nature, it's because these are flexible. Okay, this smoothens bone surface. This cartilage smoothens bone surface at joints, okay. This also smoothens bone surface at joints. At the joints, okay, you can bend your knee, you can bend your hand, okay. It is because the presence of also cartilage which smoothens the bones at the joints, okay. It also present in ear, trachea, larynx and nose tip. Clear? So this is about the skeletal tissue, that is bone and cartilage. Just remember 2 points, that is these bones are not flexible and not elastic, okay. That is the reason you cannot just bend your legs and arms, but whereas this cartilage are flexible and elastic in nature, okay, present in ear. So that is the reason you can bend your ear or you can move your nose tip, but you cannot move your arm or bend your arm, okay. This is because the cartilage are flexible and whereas these bones are not. So this bone and cartilage form the skeletal tissue, okay. Now let us see about the fluid tissue. These are all the types of connective tissue based on the matrix it surrounds the organ, okay. In loose connective tissue, the matrix was loose or areolar, hence the name. In the dense connective tissue it was too dense, hence the name. And also in skeletal tissue they were too rigid, okay. The bone and cartilage are too strong and too rigid, okay, hence the name. Now in fluid tissue, the matrix is of fluid type, okay. Fluid connective tissue. So blood and lymph. Blood is a fluid, isn't it? It is a tissue, okay. To be precise, it is a fluid connective tissue. Blood and lymph, okay. Like bone and cartilage forms a skeletal muscle or skeletal tissue, this blood and lymph forms fluid connective tissue. Let us see about this blood. Okay, the fluid present in the blood. We all know the fluid present in the blood is blood plasma, isn't it? Okay, the fluid matrix present in the blood which enables the movement of blood. Okay, the blood flows all over our body, isn't it? From organ to organ, from place to place, the blood flows. Okay, for the movement it has to be watery, isn't it? It has to be a fluidity. So the matrix present is fluid, and that matrix in the blood is nothing but what we call plasma. Okay, it also contains RBC, WBC, red blood corpuscles or red blood cells, WBC, and also plate cells. These are embedded in the fluid matrix of the blood. Oh, what is the fluid matrix in the blood? That is plasma. Okay, and the major, what is the functions of this blood? You all know it helps in the transportation of nutrients from one organ to another. Okay, it helps in the transport of nutrients. Okay, also it helps in the transport of gases, isn't it? Oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, so it also helps in the digestion of food. Okay, even the digested food get transported from one organ to the another. Even the hormones and it also transports the waste materials from one part to another. Clear? So these are the functions of the blood. Okay, this blood, the fluid present in the blood is plasma. Blood also has RBC, WBC and platelets. The major function of the blood is transportation. Okay, transport various nutrients, gases, digested food, hormones and even the waste materials. Okay, so this is the function of blood. So blood is red in color due to the pigment hemoglobin, isn't it? Due to the RBC, okay, in the RBC there is a pigment present, but in the lymph there are no RBC. So what is the color of the lymph? It is just a white fluid. Okay, this blood has RBCs in which RBC has hemoglobin in them, hence the color of the blood is red. But in lymph these RBCs are absent. RBCs are absent, okay, hence they are white in color. And remember WBC, white blood cells are abundant, okay, there are too much of RBC present in lymph compared to the blood, hence it is white in color and blood is red in color. So what is this lymph exactly? Lymph is the filtered blood, okay. This is the colorless fluid that is filtered out of blood capillaries. Clear? This is a colorless fluid which is filtered out of the blood capillaries, and during this filtration there is a removal of RBC, hence only white fluid, okay, that's what we get if the blood is filtered from these blood capillaries, and there is absence of RBC, and due to this reason WBC are more in number, okay. Lymph is the colorless fluid filtered out of this blood capillaries which lacks RBC, whereas WBC are abundant in nature. Since it is the filtered part of the blood, composition of this lymph is same. Even this has plasma, even this has platelets, okay, but the major difference is it doesn't have RBC, okay, and rich in WBC. Okay, this is the filtered part of blood itself, hence the composition of this remains same. Okay, the only difference comes here is the in between the RBC and WBC. Okay, lymph contains more of WBC than red blood cells, than this blood. Okay, so clear? This is about fluid connective tissue. Okay, so this is about the connective tissues. Okay, here there are basically we have learned 5 connective tissues, that is loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, adipose tissue, skeletal muscles or skeletal tissue, and fluid connective tissue. Okay, so this fluid, dense and adipose or skeletal are basically the difference is because of the presence of the matrix, okay, or the medium in which these organs are placed. Okay, connective tissue, okay, as the name says, connection. Okay, this connects the bone to bone or tissue or muscles, or it connects the different organs. So the basic function of this connective tissue is it binds, support and packs these internal organs. Okay, as the function of most of the connective tissue remains the same. Okay, remember in this loose connective tissue the cells are loosely placed, and in dense connective tissue there are quite dense, and the two major tissues forms dense connective tissue are tendons and ligaments. Tendons forms or connects muscle to bone, and they are not flexible in nature, but whereas these ligaments connects bone to bone and they are highly flexible in nature. Okay, and about this adipose tissue, there are very simple tissues in connective tissue, they just are meant for fat storing tissue. Okay, the major function is storage of fats. they have fat cells, that means adipocytes. Okay, adipocytes are the fat cells in which these cells are filled with fat globules. Okay, and about this skeletal tissue, the bone and cartilage forms this. Bones are too strong and they are not at all flexible, and whereas this cartilage, okay, this cartilage are elastic and flexible in nature. With this cartilage present near your ear, nose tip, larynx, trachea, and bones, okay, it forms, the major function of this bone is it supports and provides, a particular posture to the organ in which it is present. Clear? And again, the last type is a fluid connective tissue. The matrix is fluid in nature. Okay, the blood and lymph forms the fluid connective tissue. The fluid matrix in blood is plasma. Okay, the components of this plasma are RBC, WBC, platelets. Okay, even the composition of lymph remains the same, but the major difference in between these two is RBC and WBC. Lymph, remember, in lymph RBCs are absent. So what exactly is the lymph? Lymph is the colorless fluid. Okay, it is a colorless fluid filtered out of blood capillaries. Okay, and hence they lack in RBC, whereas they are abundant in WBC. Okay, so this is about the blood and lymph, or about the all about this connective tissues. Okay, now let us see the last and important tissue, that is nervous tissue. Okay, this nervous tissue is one of the most important tissue in our body, and the major function of this nervous tissue is it transmits messages. Okay, what messages? Okay, what does and how does it happen? So what happens when you are somewhere away? Okay, when you want to talk to someone and when they are not around, what do? You just call them or text or message them, isn't it? Even our body works the same. Okay, when you touch something hot or too cold or something, okay, when you touch something hot, there is a stimuli, and response to that, what our body does is it sends the message to the brain. Okay, these nerves, okay, the nerve cells sends message, okay, sends the signals that it is too hot, take away your hand. Okay, that is what the signal it sends. So there are many types of stimuli like this. So basically it transmits the messages. Okay, or to be precise, it transmits nerve impulses. Okay, and these nerve impulses are nothing but the nerve messages what different organs send to the brain. Okay, so this is about the nervous tissue, and this is present in brain, spinal cord, okay, and nerves. So what is this nervous tissue made up of? Yes, nerve cells, isn't it? These nerve cells are nothing but what do we call? Neurons. Okay, neurons is the term what we use for nerve cells, and the structure of nerve cell is something like this. Okay, some network like connections are present. Okay, here network like connections are present, and here, okay, this is the long elongated structure. Okay, this is a structure of a single nerve cell. Okay, and these network like connections are what we call dendrites. Okay, and this long branched cell is called Axon. Okay, the nerve cells are basically made up of axons and dendrites. These are the structures, okay, which helps in the transmission of messages. Okay, what are the messages exactly? You know, the response to the stimuli. If something is too hot, too cold, or you know, when there is a dangerous animal or something, seeing that you just run away, isn't it? So those are the stimulus for which these nerve responses. Okay, so this is about the nerve tissue. And these neurons have ability to receive stimuli from within or outside the body. Okay, even in our body, inside the body, if you see something, you just if you see something dangerous, you just run away. So that is the stimuli produced outside the body. Okay, even these neurons helps in the response of stimuli in the inner region of our body. So basically the function of this nerve tissue is it transmits, okay, it transmits messages to the from the different parts of the body to the brain. Okay, and again the signal is received from the brain and the response is done. These are very fast in nature, and the length of this these nerve cells are too long, like it will be some many different types of length. It will be meters long. Okay, the connections, they travel too fast, the messages, okay, from one neuron to one, okay, from that to another, okay, and finally it reaches the brain, and again the signal comes back, you know, saying, okay, don't do this, don't go there. Okay, they works in a too fast. Okay, so this is about the nerve tissue or the nervous tissue made up of nerve cells, what is called neuron, and that is the structure of this nerve cell made up of axon and dendrites. Okay, and even this has a single nucleus and also cytoplasm. It transmits messages. Okay, so that messages are termed as nerve impulses. Okay, present near brain, spinal cord and all the nerves. So this is about nervous tissue. Okay, so this was all about the tissues and importance of tissues, plant tissues, animal tissues. Okay, they various type of tissues and their functions, characteristics, etc. Okay, so here your lesson tissues completes. Okay, till now we have learned all about plant tissue, animal tissue. Basically this plant and animal are made up of completely different types of tissues. Okay, we have seen the classification, also the types, characters and functions. Okay, so here your lesson completes. Thank you.